What's going on, guys? It's Lex back with another live market session. Super excited to get in here and discuss some of the market movement that was called out yesterday for some really quick profit, and then some other opportunities that are developing throughout the market right now. For those who have been on these calls, welcome back. Super glad to have you. Great job getting on here. There's a lot of stuff to learn, right? There's a lot of takeaways, a lot of beautiful opportunities to kind of obtain just a little bit of knowledge each time. For those who are new, welcome. My name is Lex. I'm recently partnered with Surge Trader as one of the live market session analysis on the team, analysts on the team, and you'll be seeing a lot more of me. You'll be seeing a lot more of my company, Flex Trading, which is an educational platform. So super excited for those who just keep returning because you're finding value. Super great to hear. Make sure you are messaging me on Instagram. I know yesterday after the gold call out, I actually had like 3 people message me on Instagram and tell me like, hey, I wish I got in. I wish, I caught that move. Guys, this analysis is just here for you to observe. They're not signals. So when I call something out, it doesn't mean you immediately have to hop in, because you want to know what you're doing when you hop in, right? You want to know what you're actually looking for when I call these setups. So these setups can, provide you with an opportunity to make money. These setups can also give you a guide to make money, right? To teach you what I'm looking for, if you're interested in trading like me, and so forth. So let's go ahead and get in here. Today's session won't be as long, probably about 20 minutes. I've already secured a lot of profit for the week. And it happened very quickly, and this is why I'm going to emphasize the importance of having your target take profits, and then moving whatever entry, like let's say you leave a runner, moving it break even so that you can consistently protect your account and capital. Okay, that's really important to learn to protect the capital before you evolve it. So let's take a look at Forex Factory. I love to check out the news before going into the charts. So we're gonna take a look here. All right, I'm gonna refresh. Guys, I use Forex Factory. I know for people who are returning, you're like, okay, yeah, we get it, Forex Factory. But for those who are new, very important. And you can see that at 10 a.m. we do have some movement, right? We've had a lot of news today. We've had red folder, Swiss franc. We've had GBP red folder. We've had 830 USD red folder. We've had 10 a.m. news coming, and then we have JPY, which is tentative red folder. So definitely some opportunity for some movement. None of these pairs I'm trading. I don't trade JPY. The 830 USD was relevant at 830, but didn't do anything crazy. So just good to be aware of these things, guys. I don't care as much what's in the news folder as much as I care about there being news and me paying attention, especially because if I'm trading a Swiss franc pair and I have news coming, like, I want to be aware of that. Going into tomorrow. So it looks like we have a lot of news tomorrow. We have GBP, we have Euro, we have more GBP, we have USD at 945. So definitely going to get some more movement, guys. This is why I love being in the third, fourth week of the month. If any of you guys were on the call with me, when I first started, August 28th, I think the first week of going into September, I told you guys this week is a little bit more heavily manipulated. You'll see that the first weeks of the month are a little more manipulated. And then I couldn't wait to get into the second, third, fourth, and we've just been rolling. Last week, 4 for 4. This week, 1 for 1 on the gold call out. And that's pretty much the only call I'm going to do. Keep this very simple for you guys, give you guys the best setups that I can identify, and then, take advantage, or just have it up on your screen as a potential guide, and things of that nature. So super important there. It was a great setup, and it happened so quickly, guys. Like, it was a couple thousand so fast, and this is why you got to have all your ducks in a row. You got to make sure you're break even already. You got to make sure you have your take profits where you're going to secure some of the money that you've made, and things of that nature. You don't want to just be blindly, loosely trading with all these different moving parts that you don't have under control. That's a good way to get out of control in the market. So let's go over to the charts. All right, so this is a different setup, but let's talk about this gold setup. And you can see that I'll go to the 1 hour. So take off this EMA and show you where we were and how quickly we hit profits and how quickly this thing reversed, right? So it's so important, guys, as a Forex trader, that you identify areas where you're interested in taking the profit, getting out of the market, and securing some of the bag before, leaving a run or moving break even. All of that really, really matters. So guys, so let's take a look here. All right, just making sure. Yeah, so here it is. So gold. Um, we had this new high, right? I paid attention to this new 1 hour higher high right in here. And I told you guys, let's pay attention to these lower time frame internal breaks up to this high, to get a nice setup and a nice play. So here we were, 1 hour new high. These were my take profits, TP1, TP2. You can see we smashed them in a matter of, when I called this, we were on the live 8 a.m. So 2.5 hours is what took this move to play out. We had FOMC come in at 2 p.m. And this is why I'm very aware of the news. But nonetheless, guys, this was a beautiful call out. I'm not looking to hold into next year, right? I'm looking to identify areas I can take my profit and then either leave a runner. So that's what I did. So here it was, that shift. I entered here, I had one entry here, two entries here. As soon as we got off the live call, it's kind of crazy. I wish we were on for just 5 more minutes because then it went parabolic. So we can see that right after I called this beautiful play. So I'm going to go the 5 minute because that's where I showed you guys my entry. And it was beautiful, guys. I mean, $2,000 in 2.5 hours. I mean, that's like $1,000 per hour. I do contract work in the software engineering field. I don't make 1,000 an hour doing it. So just great movement, guys. And just going off that question, people might say, well, why are you, working this job and not just only a full-time trader? Guys, being a full-time trader is boring. It is lonely, number 2, and number 3, it's a lot of sitting and waiting. So for some people, sitting and waiting might be really easy to do when looking for their move. For me, I'm somebody who constantly likes to feel like I'm progressing and obtaining new knowledge and contributing to something and reaching goals. And I love to feel movement. All right. I always say in Spanish, movimiento, which means move in Spanish. So my favorite word, and this is why, I work my contract gigs, have that over here. And then when there's no setup, I'm heads down doing something else. I'm not just staring at the chart, letting my life pass me by because I'm so hungry to make money. Being 5 years into this, I've realized the relationship I have to the market is that I'm not dependent on the market, right? So I don't want to spend all my empty gaps of my day just staring at the market. I want to glance when it's important to glance. I want to check in when it's important to check in. I check before bed, and then I usually start to find entry early AM New York. I don't trade London, not my style. So this lifestyle for me fits me. All right, yours might look different. Okay, so very important. I do work all day on my contracts, right? I do work almost a full 9 to 5, and that's because that's what makes me happy, guys. What might make me happy might look different for you. So I just want to answer that question before people run to my inbox and say, well, why are you working? You can do everything you want to do. All right, double the money is always better, right? Multiple streams of income. I'm young, I have energy. You don't have to box yourself in as a trader. You don't have to be you can be a profitable trader and not only be a trader, right? Because it does get boring, right? It really does. So I like movement. And so that's my life. So this is how I have to trade to match my lifestyle. So here it was. Here's this beautiful scaling. Guys, as soon as we got off the phone, this candlestick, or the live stream, this candlestick just completely erupted. And then we just saw all of this to follow. TP1 was hit. TP2 was hit. This went for 1,365 points. So that's beautiful on gold. And then you can see FOMC, and that's why it's so important, guys, to understand what news events are coming. FOMC, which is where they make a decision whether or not they want to raise interest rates to curb inflation. That is the decision that's made during that news release. So there you can see FOMC came in, and this thing just plummeted. And that's when I took profits. I left one runner, so I had three entries. Two entries hit my profits. I got out, took the thousands of dollars, $2,000, and then I left one runner because in case this thing goes farther, right? I moved it break even, so there's no risk. Really, whatever happens to that extra runner for me is just like whatever. Like it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. As long as I don't lose money, and I didn't lose any money, gained money yesterday, so that's the beautiful thing. So break even is a very important concept, guys, and also securing some profit along the way. So great setup, guys. We're 5 for 5 from last week. I will glance at another part of the market. I personally haven't called this one out on the live market session just because I have students who pay for these kind of analysis, so I don't always want to give everything out, but I'll share some of my best setups with you guys, and then I got to save some for my private platform. But here is odd USD, the 4-hour. I called this out to my team. You can see that we had this new low, this new lower high on the 4-hour, and then we have this new low as well. So now what you're seeing is price pull back. I'm not going to use that one. I'll use the paintbrush. So you're going to see price pull back, new high, higher low, new high, higher low, new high, and then FOMC, we just completely closed down. So I told my team in this area to watch for an entry, and you can see that we're already in profit. I have this thing going down a lot farther than where we're actually standing right now. So from entry right now, we are up 85 pips. So beautiful call out in the group in my private platform. 115 pips total TP1, and then my TP2 is actually 190 pips. So I'm actually in this. I have a lot size, but understand, guys, that I've already made profit off of gold. So when I get into this trade, I lower my lot size. So let's say the $2,000. I made $2,000 off of gold. So when I go to take my next trade within that same week, I only risk maybe $200 of the $2,000 I made, so that if I take a loss, I still am up net positive $1,800. So important to understand the way you want to maneuver your risk and your profit. So odd USD, I do see some more long-term downside, especially on this daily. If you look at this daily, we just got new lows, rejecting these levels. Looks like we can come tap into some structure here. But just to keep things relevant, you can see that we're just spilling from here, guys. No drawback, no nothing. I love how you guys are really getting an opportunity to see why this last line of defense is so important. This was my last line of defense on the 4-hour, so I'm respecting it on that time frame that I mark it off. You can see price ran all the way to my 4-hour last line of defense, could not close above, pushed up bullish, bearish, which is my establishing resistance variation that I like to see, and then you can see we just pushed away. And so even if you caught it from here, you're up 85 pips, you could technically say I'm done. I'll catch up to this. For me, I'm more of a 4-hour analysis, swing analysis with a 1-hour lower time frame entry analysis. So for me, I'm going to hold this and stay in this and just see what happens. It's already break even, so it's like, what's the risk? But I definitely could see that this could go down into these areas some more. So this was a really cool call out for my private platform. And then I called this one as well. This one is actually almost at take profit. I closed this one just because I didn't want too many running, because I was already in odd USD. Should have held this one because it's in profit. The next one is NZD USD. So this is another one that I've called out for my private platform. I actually called this one earlier in the week for the private platform before FOMC launched, before that news dropped, and I wanted to see us hold this level. We didn't get any price action confirmations. We didn't get my internal breaks. All of Flex Trading's unique confirmations to get into the market didn't show up. And so my team knows, hey, if those don't show up, there is no trade. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. And it's as simple as that. My team does a great job following that. They understand that it's not the wrong analysis. It's just not ready. There's a difference between wrong and not ready. So as you can see, guys, FOMC pushed it back beneath this zone that I wanted to see it. So now I am required to wait. I let my team know this is back in play. Now, if we can hold this level and stay under here, I could really see this push down some more right now. It's just dancing. What is it? 9:22 in New York session. So we're just kind of dancing around, doing a lot of nothing on NZD/USD. But if we can hold this level, we definitely could see this go down. Be patient. Don't get psyched out and freak yourself or anything of that nature. Just allow these plays to develop. But this is definitely what I'm looking at on NZD/USD as well. So I have NZD. I'm done with gold. Gold already gave me the profit. So this is essentially what I'm focused on here, and we'll see what happens. You know, if what is this, 54 pips? I'm actually not even in this. So, but if there were, you know, a trade set up, right, and I'm risking 10 per pip, that'd be 540 bucks that I'm willing to lose. That might be too high, right? If I want to stay at that $200 threshold, just for an example, I might need to cut my lot size in half and go $5 per pip. So just important there. But you can see that we have this beautiful pullback, and we might just chop sideways until we actually get what we want to see. But we got to be patient, all right? Nonetheless, new low, last line of defense, we respected. We're trading back underneath this zone. This yellow dotted line is so important to me, guys. That's what I call my internal break area. So if price can break beneath there, then we got the actual confirmation that price is ready to actually push downwards. But if we don't get that, then there's just no trade. It's so simple, guys. Don't overcomplicate this. But the only way you know if there's a trade or not is if you're waiting. I have a saying in my group, which is you can demand the data. Demand the data of your trade, all right? You don't have to be in a place of, you know, predicting. You can literally react, and that's what trading is. So patience, patience, patience. Let's see what the market does in this area. But with that being said, guys, I don't have a ton to go over because those are, you know, gold went ham, and then odd USD and NZD USD are just kind of floating around right now. So let's see if we can push down to these levels, though. I definitely think we can see some bearish pressure. But with that being said, guys, you know, beautiful week in the markets. I don't have a ton of analysis to give out because when gold hits, I'm a believer that when one trade hits, you know, throttle back drastically, sit on that profit, and that comes from having a trading journal, guys. If you're taking trades, if you're not winning, if you see that you're just not getting the results, ask yourself if you have a trading journal. My business partner, best friend, brother, one of my first students, sent me a voice memo yesterday, and he's like, man, that trading journal, see you later, Worth. That trading journal literally just changes his trading. Like the things he does is differently, the profitability is changing. So very, very important, guys. I can't emphasize it enough. You know a real trader from a, you know, I kind of want to make this work versus I'm going to make this work because I got to refine and I have to reflect and I have to see myself. Seeing yourself is the biggest thing in trading. You got to be self-aware. And the only way to do that is to write it down. You can't remember all of that. It's got to be brick by brick. So with that being said, guys, we will be on, I believe, Tuesday, and either I'll confirm on my Instagram story, Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, I can't remember. But you'll see a poster go out and a flyer go out. My website officially launches tomorrow. So excited. So this is the last chance to get in at the $300 price before price increases a good amount. And additionally to that, you know, I have a lifetime access, which comes with one-on-ones, private analysis. You get one live session a week. I teach weekly with my students. You get infographics, you get direct mentorship, and you get community support. And a lot of these traders who are active in my community trade just like me. So, you know, they have the green light to lead and do all that cool stuff. And then outside of that, I do have a monthly subscription for just my analysis and video library. Some people are like, I already know how to trade, but I could really use your setups because, you know, you're just better at identifying it, and then, you know, it helps them push them along. So they're not signals, they're analysis, but, you know, we have a 80% win rate here at Flex Trading. We just try not to focus too much on hit rate, but there's plenty of opportunity, guys. And so with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. I got some work to do, but much love. Go get better.